Hello everyone, we are now at Module 4, all about topographic surveying. There will be 3 lessons for this module. So lesson 4.1 will be about the purpose of topographic surveying and some definition of terms. And then for lesson 4.2, we will take a look at the steps in topographic surveys and the instruments that we use to gather data from the field. And in lesson 4.3, we'll discuss the different techniques in representing relief. Okay, so let's start with lesson 4.1. So here's the outline. So as you've observed in the previous modules, we always start with the why. So why do we do this topographic surveys? And then some definition of the terms. Okay, so the purpose of topographic surveys is to gather data necessary for the construction of a graphical portrayal of planimetric and topographic features, to produce ordinary medium-sized maps for publication and general use, to record the features of the landscape which can be shown on the scale of the map, to prepare highly detailed site plan maps of a project site, facilities or utility infrastructure for future design or ongoing construction or as-built condition. Now, there are many applications of topographic surveys, but I would say the most common application of topographic surveys nowadays is for construction. So for construction, topographic surveys are very crucial in especially in the early stage of the project, also during construction and after construction. So for the say for example in the early stages, so you really need data from about the features in the field, the topography, so that you can plan accordingly. And then during the construction and after the construction, you also need to do these surveys so that you can monitor if the structures are being built as planned. Okay, so now let's take a look at an as-built topographic map. So as you can see here, there are the roads and the structures. There are also some lines with numbers on top of them. Now these lines are called contour lines, and these numbers on top of them are their corresponding elevations. So contour lines are used to one of the techniques in representing relief. So when we say relief, relief describes the topographic change in a particular area. So here we have a general purpose map. So as you can, topographic map. So as you can see here, there's a river in red and black, and also the contour lines are very prominent here. So mostly because this is a mountainous area. So if you view these contour lines in a three-dimensional view, so you'll see something like this. So it's really cool, right? So the behavior of the contour lines differ if you have an uphill or a, a dip or a depression in the terrain. And we have here a bathymetric map. Now the difference between a topographic map and a bathymetric map is that bathymetric maps cover underwater terrain. So as you can see right here on the right side, we have different specimen from this underwater area right here. And it's basically mostly the same. But yeah, so this is for underwater purposes. Let's go to some definition of some terms. We have topography. So topography is the study of the shape and features of land surfaces. Topography is a field of geoscience and planetary science and is concerned with local detail in general, including not only relief but also natural and artificial features and even local history and culture. Topographic surveying, a process of determining the positions on the Earth's surface of the natural and man-made features of a given locality and in determining the configuration of the terrain. A survey of selected natural and artificial features of a part of the Earth's surface to determine horizontal and vertical spatial relations. Okay, so that's the definition of, those are some definitions of topographic surveying. And topographic points, or most commonly known as topo points. So as you can see right here on the left, we have topo points. So each point right here has a corresponding x, y, and z coordinate. And then using these points and using a process called interpolation, you can generate these contours right here on the right. Okay. Then we have break lines. So these break lines, So I mentioned earlier that in order to generate contours, you have to do interpolation. Now, what tends to happen is that the edges from the field, from the actual field, get smoothened out because of this interpolation process. So if you really know that there's an edge there and it has been smoothened out, then you can correct them using break lines. Okay, so as you can see right here. So that's it for some definition of some terms for the introduction. So we will have more terms, especially in the third lesson. So that's it for lesson 4.1. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something new, and I will see you in the next video.